What is up, guys? We're here back with another Line Cat for 20 predictions video. This is the final prediction video. My last video is my early predictions. This one is the final one. I watched the weigh-ins. I watched some fights, saw some results. You know, did my own little bit of my own research. So I changed a few picks, but I have most of them the same, I'll be honest. So I'm feeling good about my picks here. Um, let's get right into it. So first off, start the UFC fight night. Jack Della versus Carlos Prates UFC Australia Perth card is Dom Marfan versus Cody Steele in the lightweight division. Man, last time I was gonna pick Dom Marfan. I reckon I'm switching the pick to Cody Steele. I wasn't familiar with his game. I knew he lost his last fight. I knew he was a great grappler and he had good finishing, like really high finishing percentage. I think I said that in the video, my previous video. And I picked Amar Fan because I was like, he's UFC tested. But he did win that fight as like a road to UFC thing. And the guy he fought was also like a road to UFC thing. So it wasn't like he was a real UFC like fighter yet. So I think Cody Steele gets it done. I don't know if he gets the finish or not. I would say that Cody Steele by dominant decision, grappling prowess. We'll see if he gets the finish on Don Marfan, but I don't know. I should do it because it would make sense because he has a high finishing rate. You know what? I'm doing it. Cody Steele, finish. I don't know what kind of finish, but he's finishing Darman fan this fight. All right, let's get on to the next one. Jonathan Michaela versus Themba Grimbo. Last time I picked Jonathan Mikhailov, I reckon we're still going Jonathan Mikhailov. He's still gonna get a KO, I think, this fight. But you never know if Themba Grimbo is a tough guy. He does have heat in his hands. He does have good wrestling, or I should say grappling. But I don't know. I think Jonathan McCaleb gets this done still, dude. Really do. He think he's good. He's young. He's at home, and I think he gets it done. I'm gonna say Jonathan McCaleb by decision. I think I picked him by finish last time, but I'm not sure he gets the finish anymore. But we'll see. Hey, Ben Johnston. He's got a picture here. Actually, last time he didn't have a picture here. He just had like a blank, no one picture. I last time I picked Ben Schultz, but this time I'm switching my pick to Ben Johnston. The reason I picked Wes Schultz last time is because he is a good grappler, man. He is, and he's UFC tested. And I just seen more Ben Johnston. He's a big guy. He hits hard. He has decent grappling. He's 6'3". He's big. He is 35. I will say that, but I do think Ben Johnston gets this done, and I think he gets this done via KO, TKO in the first or second. If it goes deeper than that, I can see Wes getting it done, but I got lock in official prediction. I'm saying Ben Johnson gets this done. It's at middleweight too, so we'll see how it goes. Fuck, man. Fights start at 3 in the morning for a lot of people, but they start at 7. No, wait, they start at 4 a.m. for me here in the Midwest, in America. The Midwest partner. Just kidding. I'm from a normal part of the Midwest. You can decide that for yourself. But we got Ben Johnson. Let's move on. The next one of Colby Thickness versus Vince Morales. Man, last time I kind of like didn't think much of Vince Morales because he was on a 3-fight losing skid. He used to fight in the UFC, got cut, and now he's back. And he's not back like fresh. He's had a few since then. I think he fought Raul Rosas Jr. and lost the young star. Um, man, I don't know. I really wanted to switch my pick to Vince Morales because he is quite good, but he is quite old. I think I'm gonna stick with the Colby Thickness pick by decision. I think last time I said also by decision. It is what it is, man. I think that's what's gonna happen just because Colby Thickness hasn't really impressed me too much, but Vince Morales has a lot of losses, and this is in Australia. I think Colby Thickness gets done by decision. I really do. But you never know. I think that's more of a 50-50 than I can explain it. It's like I think Vince Morales is great. He's good striking. He has good grappling. Don't count him out in this one. So that's one I would not bet on. So I might eat my words there. But on to the next one at middleweight, we got Jacob Malkoun versus Gerald Meerschaert. I did see that he was like a minus 900 favorite or something like that. Jeez, man, isn't that crazy? Don't see those numbers too much. And I think it's justified. I think Gerald Meerschaert's at the end of the road for him, dude. He's just old vet. We love Gerald Meerschaert, but he's 36. He gets nuked on the chin a lot lately. A couple years ago, I would say Gerald Meerschaert, but Jacob Malkoun, he had that last fight where beat he beat up Torres Finney. He probably should have finished him. Torres Finney was undefeated at that time. We'll talk about Torres Finney in a second again. But Jacob Malkoun, I think he gets it done by KO. He looked good. I think he had a 2 or 3 year layoff. He had some kind of disease going on or something, or some like sickness he was dealing with those couple of years. And he came back and fought again in the UFC, and he beat undefeated Torres Finney, and he looked good. He did. And I think he's going to get a KO first round. TKO, KO. On to the next, Junior Taffa versus Kevin Christian. I picked Junior Taffa last time. I did. And I'm going to stick with that pick. I think he looked good in his last fight. 6-5 though worries me, but he looked good in his last fight until he was beaten by a prospect. And who was it again? Off the top of my head, I can't remember his name. Sorry, I'm so bad at names. Billy Ancana. I like Billy Ancana. I think he's good. Junior Taffa had his moments against him. And I think that Kevin Christian, he isn't nothing special, man. Really, no disrespect to him, but it is what it is. You sometimes just have a feeling, and you think you know the outcome. You know, prove me wrong, I guess. Junior Taffa by KO, first or second round, TKO, well, either one. And then we'll get next on the last fight of the early prelims, which is just the regular prelims, I should say. It's not a UFC like card. So this is Cam Rowston versus Robert Rychek. Last time I picked Cam Rowston in my early predictions video for this fight night, and I think I'm gonna stick with them. Stick with them by I think I was picking KO or TKO, and I think that's still a good possibility because these guys are both fighters. They like to fight. Robert Rychek had a great last performance where he beat up Brad Tavares. That's Brad Tavares, and Cam Rowston did beat Cody Brundage and finish him, which is I think is pretty good. But he also did lose to, like I said earlier, Torres Finney, which is kind of worrying me. But Torres Finney isn't good besides like his grappling. But I'm going Cam Rowston here. Let's go decision here, Cam Rowston by decision. I can see that. Cam Rowston's got a long, like Reina de Ritter kind of weird frame for middleweight too. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think there could be a finisher's fight, but I think we're just gonna go safe Cam Rowston decision here. So let me just run through this one more time. Sorry, I'm just trying to speed through this, but my throat hurts real bad. I'm trying not to cough, and I'm kind of sick. My eyes hurt so bad. So I'm trying not to stare at the screen too much. I don't know if you can see me like blinking too much. I'm trying to get like a sleep out of my eyes still. But we power through because we have to make the video still. So here we are. Let's get it. On to the main card. Main card, oops. Not on the main card, ripped. We're going to go through this one more time. Got carried away. I was picking Cody Steele here by finish. I don't know what kind of finish, but finish somewhere in the fight. I'm picking Jonathan Mikhailov here by decision. I'm picking Ben Johnson here by KO, TKO, in the first couple rounds. I'm picking Kobe Thickness by decision. Close fight. I'm picking Jacob Malkoun by finish, TKO or KO in the first. I'm picking Junior Taffa by finish, TKO or KO in the first. And I'm picking Cam Rowston by decision here. And that's the early prelims, or just regular prelims here. And let's get on to the main card of UFC Fight Night Perth. Here we are. Next fight is Tai Tuivasa versus Louis Sutherland. My last early prediction video, I said Tai was going to win. I'm still going to stick with it. The reasons still stand. Louis Sutherland doesn't look the same like he did on the regional when he was really jacked. He lost his UFC debut to Walter Walker, which is Johnny Walker's brother. He's the heel hook guy, and that's a tough debut. But he looked bad in his next fight too against Brando Pericic, who fights right after this. And I just think Tai Tuivasa can beat this guy, man. I really do. I think he finishes him in the first round by KO. Brutal. And that'll be a big momentum shift for Ty. We'll see if he can carry it, and let's see if he can get it done actually, because he is on a 6-fight losing streak, which has to be said. It does worry me. But Louis Sutherland hasn't done anything in UFC but lose bad in the first round. So, you know, and he'll be cut after this if that's the case. And so he's fighting for his job. It's more stress. I got Ty 2 rounds by KO in the first round. Let's move right away on next to Shamil Gaziev versus Brando Pericic. I hope I'm saying this right. Brando Pericic or Pericic? Probably Pericic. Pericic? We'll see. Shamil Gaziev versus Brando Pericic. I think Brando Pericic gets this done. Why do I keep saying it different? Anyways, Brando Pericic, I think gets it done by KO first round. I think his last fight when he did fight Louis Sutherland, he stuffed the takedowns pretty easy. I think he did get taken out once, but he got right back up easy. He threw some leg kicks that really bothered Louis and finished him with a straight right down the pipe, if I'm not mistaken. And I really think that's gonna be like the same case here. So I'm at Brando Pericic by first round KO, TKO. Moving right away on to the next. Marwan Kurhiki versus Ollie Schmid. Ollie Schmid has taken this fight on short notice. I don't think Marwan Kurhiki was on this card before recently. I don't think he was in it yesterday, unless I'm mistaken. I really think that Marwan Kurhiki wasn't on this like main card, at least like not even on the card at all until today or yesterday or whatever it was, after I made my last early prediction video for this fight night. But I'm going Marwan Kurhiki. He had a great last fight against, who was it? The English gentleman. He broke his jaw, so he couldn't keep fighting. I'm gonna look him up just to give him the perspective, right? Harry Hardwick, yeah, in UFC London or where it was, or wherever it was at. And he's just this fun scrapper, man. He's a young guy. He's a ripped guy. I think Oli Schmid making his UFC debut here, obviously in short notice. So I think that man, there's no way. He's just a regional guy from Australia. But man, if he gets this done, it'll be a big upset, and he'll be a UFC fighter. So they just got to come get it, man. I just hope it's a good fight. Mahanariki by first round KO. I'm going though, or TKO. Next up, we got Tim Elliott versus Steve Erceg. Last time I picked Steve Erceg. I'm going to keep Steve Erceg, but this is also more of a 50-50 than I like to admit. Oh man, let's get into the main event in a second. But shoot, man, Tim Elliott could get this done, dude. He's good. He's been a fucking top UFC fighter since he's been fucking in the UFC. Fought DJ way back when. He still fights. He still gets it done at a high level. I like the beard, but I think Steve Erceg gets this done. You know, his last fight, a lot of people counted him out against Odi Osborne. I also kind of did, but I did think he was going to win, but I was worried, and he did look great. I don't know if great's the right word, but he looked improved. And from almost beating, I reckon he beat Pantoja in my mind. You could argue. And like, how could you not pick him to beat Tim Elliott? Then I don't know. Tim Elliott could get this done though. I'm just gonna have to lie. I have to lock in a pick though, obviously, because I can't just say, well, whoever's better man wins. It is gonna be a better man wins anyway. But we go Steve Erceg here. I'm gonna go Steve Erceg by decision. On the next right away, the co-main against Beneil Dariush versus Quillen Salkilled. Man, this one's gonna be fun, dude. Quillen Salkilled is up and comer. He had some great fights, some great performances in UFC. Finishes always in the first round, not always, but the last two for sure. Miliamar Yanush, I think he's getting out colded here or submitted in the first round. I really do. I think Beneil losing to Benoit, I call him that, but I know it's Benoit Saint Denis. Benoit, like Benoit looked good against Dan Hooker too, so maybe it's just Beneil is just Beneil. Benoit is just that good. But I don't know. Whenever you can never count out Beneil Dariush, but I'm almost certain. I'm gonna give my confident prediction that Krillin Salkilled gets this done by first round KO or TKO. And the star is made in Australia, an Australian star. They're gonna love him after that. In Australia, in Perth. Speaking of main event, Jack Della Maddalena versus Carlos Prates. Man, this one hurts my heart because as a fight fan, I'm so excited because this is such a striking battle. They're gonna have so much fun on the feet. Like I don't think either of these guys are ever gonna shoot takedown ever. I said that about I almost thought that about Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway. And I'm only giving this example because I'm going to segue it into another example. Is that I thought Charles would shoot, yes, but I thought he wouldn't like just like try to finish him nonstop on the ground and hold him there and try to get submissions but not get them. I thought he was gonna like wobble Max in the feet eventually and then capitalize on that and get a takedown and then submit him while he was hurt. But and I think he would have got a finish if he did that approach. But you can't be too sure, so I get it why he played it safe. But it was still a boring, stinky fight, and this is where the next segue comes into. Is that that's how I feel about this fight? Is how I felt about the Charles and Max fight at the beginning was JDM and Carlos Prates. I love both of them. They're two of my favorite fighters in all welterweight, probably the two top two. And I think I said welterweight. I might have said middleweight, but I'm meant welterweight. And like I was saying about Charles and Max, but in the back of my mind, I had an idea that Charles always is going to win. And I think the same for Carlos Prates here. Just I'll give the reason why is that Carlos Prates he's incredibly lengthy. He uses it well. He's great. He has that nuclear option. Jack Della Maddalena, I think he's a better technical striker. And former champion, you can never count him out. He has a great guard. He doesn't get hit very clean when he does get hit. But Carlos Prates doesn't hit you clean. He's proved in the Neil Magny fight, he scuffed him, dropped him, and put him out cold. Same thing with like when he hit Ian Gary, he barely hit him. And the Ian Gary fight, another example, yeah, he lost Ian Gary, and he got outstruck by Ian Gary too. But the thing about that is, I think Carlos Prates is the kind of guy to take a fight and have a camp for it, and he'll find it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was in a camp for Jeff Neal at the time. So I think if he had a camp for Ian Gary, I think he beats Ian Gary, really. Because, you know, Ian Gary just had a great fight that night. He had a great fight against Bilal Muhammad, so you can't really take away from Carlos Prates too much because he's going to fight for the title next. Ian Gary has to, right? Just this is what you have to do if you want the division to keep going. He just beat the former champ before Jack. And now we have a kind of like keep your spot fight. I think Jack Del Maddalena has great body shots. He rips the body real well with body hooks. I love that. He throws nice body uppercuts too, which are based. He is a fucking savage, man. He's a great fighter. But Jack, he doesn't knock people out cold. Like he's kind of like a combination into a TKO, like combination hit you, pop, 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 clean like 3 or 4 times, head, body, or whatever, and he'll drop you, and then he'll TKO you on the ground by 2 round and pound. But the thing about Carlos Prates is that he has that fucking nuclear atomic option, dude. He can just fucking put one right in your face, and like not even like fully torqued and ripping it, like turning the shoulder over and throwing an overhand or anything. Dude finds his flow for 20 fucking seconds or so, and he'll find a shot on you somehow. He almost did against Ian Gary. Ian Gary somehow survived it in the last 5th round there. He did against former champ Leon Edwards, first guy to ever finish Leon Edwards. He did it with like as soon okay, Leon was southpaw, and when he was southpaw, he in his second he went conventional, completely orthodox. Carlos Prates already had outside foot position because he southpaw himself, and immediately just found right. He was even like his shoulder was like extended over his knee even, and he still found the like still like sent like Leon Edwards off his feet. It was crazy, and he just has that nuclear option. Dude. You can't fucking teach it, dude. It's good, and I guess you can't ever count Jack Daniel out. This is more of a 50-50 too. Like I can't pick. I don't know who's gonna win now. I really just think that like if you were a betting man and like you have to make a prediction because I'm in the business right now of making predictions for my YouTube channel. So we have to pick Carlos Prates here, man. I think that's gonna be such a sad night in Perth, dude. For that, the rest of the day, I should say, not night. They're gonna have to go on the rest of their day, normal day, after Carlos Prates knocks out Jack and Maddalena. Man, I really hope not. That would suck. But hey, you know, I can't believe this would be over at like 10 a.m. for me. No, that would be normal time for them. Psh, what am I thinking? Like everything, everywhere at the same time. That's why it's so early for me because I'm in the Midwest, United States, obviously. Duh. That'd be a tough night for Australians in Perth if that's the case. man, I think I just hope this fight is great. You always think about every fight, but this one on fucking paper should be a banger stand-up battle. And we need one of those, man. We haven't had one of those in a while that felt like this to me. That wasn't like a main event of like a UFC pay-per-view, you know? Like a fight night that means something like this. Like Jack Della in his hometown of Perth, man, just lost his title. He wants it back. He wants to prove something here tonight, probably against a dangerous guy. Fuck, dude. I'm picking Carlos Prates, but dude, don't count out Jack. What a fucking fight this is gonna be, dude. I'm excited. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Hey, catch me on Kick. We're gonna do the fight companion. Um, it's nothing special. I don't have like any like voice chat set up or anything like that, but I read the chat all the time. So, even if there's a few people in there, even there ain't, I'll be in there. And let's have some fun. So hey, thanks for watching. Peace.